Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. I'm Fanadi Putri from Group G, and today I will explain about the material missing comparison and missing conjunction. But before, let me introduce my team, which is Group G. My partner are fun to present for the material. So without any further ado, let's get to the first. So what is missing comparison? A missing comparison is when a comparison between two or more items, not all aspects or details are included. So there are some kind of comparison, and the first one is comparative forms of adjective. Let's take a look at the example. The Pacific Ocean is deeper than the Atlantic. Here, the comparative adjective is deeper. The adjective is deep, and then we add in this case, it happens because the words is short, so we just add er or er or ier. The next example, performer than Teresa. Here, the more experience is the comparative adjective. The adjective is experience, while more is a comparative mark. The word is long, we use more or less in front of them instead of adding r or er and then be sure that when comparing this, make sure that they are comparing the same or similar things. Example like this: the ears of African elephants are bigger than Indian elephants. Before we talk about that, let's look at the correct one. The ears of African elephants are bigger than those that Indian elephants. This is incorrect. It is because it compares two dissimilar things, an African elephant ears and an Indian elephant. Meanwhile, in this refers to the ears, so the comparison is between similar. Okay, now comparative from as. The comparative struck quality between two things, action or people. When two things are the same in a certain way, we use as plus adjective or adverb and then as. Let's look at the examples. The lab lasted as long as the class did. This means that the lab and the class have the same long of time. And then there weren't as many people at the meeting as I had thought there would be. This means that the people that come to the meeting aren't as many as the people thought it would be. Next, like, alike, and unalike phrases or form phrases like A, B, blah blah blah, or A like B, blah blah blah, or A is like. That's the phrases that we can use when we are comparing a similar things. But when it comes to dissimilar things, we can use these phrases. X unlike Y, blah blah blah, or X is unlike Y, or X. This is also another phrase that you can use. A is similar to B, X is different from Y, X and Y are different, and X differs from Y. Proportional statement. So, proportional statement is a special kind of comparison. This comparison have a special. Here's the pattern. The more A, blah blah blah, the more B. Example: the higher the humidity, the more uncomfortable people. We cannot change it. Okay, that's all the material about missing comparison. Now let's practice together. The first one, subtropical zones, blah blah blah, temperate zones, but they still have distinct summer and winter seasons. What's the answer? We're going to discuss about it later. Now let's take a look at the second questions. Blah blah blah. Other mammals, whales do not have a sense of smells. Do you know the answer? Now let's discuss. So, for number one, the answer is D. because in English, comparison between two things typically use the structure adjective then. And then the word then is with zones and temperate zones. So option D correctly follows this pattern, subject then temperate zones. Now the answer for number 2 is B. Unlike mammals and other mammals, which is the intended meaning here. It means different from, and it's the appropriate mammals in a specific way. Next material is missing conjunction. So what is missing conjunction? In a sentence where one is needed to link words, phrases, or clauses. So conjunction like help connect different parts of a sentence smoothly. Without them, the sentence can feel incomplete or disjointed. Here, the incorrect one and correct one. She likes to swim, play tennis. You can you can tell that we miss a conjunction here. So the correct one is, in this case, the conjunction and is required to connect the two activities. Now, types of conjunction. Conjunction are connected words. They join parts of a sentence. In this lesson, we'll look at the two types of conjunction. The function used to join equal sentence part, single words, phrases, and independent clauses. When two full clauses are joined, they are usually you will most often see or find in structured problems are listed in chart below. Uh, the most the most conjunction that but, nor, and so, and are usually used for addition, but usually used for contrast or opposition, nor used for negation, and so. Example sentence. The sent. Okay, it's the second type of conjunction. You can look at uh, this chart. Phrases that we the first one is both blah 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 and the use is and coyotes are members of the dog family. The second also for use for addition. Example, Dominic studied not only mathematics but also computer science. Or this is used for choice or possibility. Example, we need either a nail or a screw to hang up this picture. It's used for negation, not A and not B. So, example, neither the television nor the stereo have been. Okay, that's all the explanation about the material missing conjunction. Now let's practice together. So the first questions is the automobile began as a toy, blah blah blah, developed into a. And the second one, singer Marian Anderson trained blah 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 in the United States. Together. So number one, the answer for number one is B, but role of the automobile as a toy is in its early days is contrasted with its later role as a force for social change. Its contrast is choice B. That's why the correct answer is but. And the second question, singer Marian Anderson trained blah blah blah. Therefore, this sentence is both because A, B, and D do not follow the pattern. As I mentioned, explained, both is paired with and. Meanwhile, option A and B is not a correlative conjunction. A um, choice D is incorrect because not only must be paired with, but perfect answer is C, both. My explanation about today's material, missing comparison and missing conjunction. I hope you understand well about my format. Thank you for listening and watching this video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.